Hello, this is Christine with Coco Daisy, and today I'm going to do things a little different with my June planner video. I missed May because life was just really crazy, but there was some really neat things that I did with the May planner that I don't want to not share. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the whole unboxing for May and June. Our design team does a great job of showing those unboxing videos, so you can always check out those. So this month, I'm just going to do a quick little flip through of some of the things that I've done in June, just to kind of show you some of the ideas and some of the things that how I'm recording things, some new ideas I've had. Kind of some special things about a few of the products, and I'm going to also do a quick flip through of my May planner and show you some of that. And then we had a number of people comment on my post about the little shaker bookmarks, and I did one for May and I did one again for June because I'm just kind of having a lot of fun with these. So what I'll do is I'll give you a quick little how-to or tutorial on how I made those as well. So no unboxing this time. If that's something that you look forward to, I apologize. Like I said, the design team has a bunch of those that you can go look at. I am using the kikki.k planner. It's an A5, and I don't remember the name of this one, but it has the lettering on it, the Live What You Love, and it's kind of a watermelon color maybe, or a coral. It's really pretty, but I thought it went really well with the June kit because the June has those pretty pinks in it. The colors this month, I did want to show you that. The colors this month are just so vibrant and so perfect for summer. So that's our color palette. What I did I've really kind of taken to the whole idea of making tags and putting them in the pockets. I just kind of like that effect. And the neat thing is you can make tags out of just about anything. This is actually a sheet of the A5 paper that I cut into a tag. So this is just that with a ring reinforcer from the main planner stickers, so the little ring reinforcers. And then this one is not a true tag because it doesn't have the hole in it, but it's one of our note cards from the planner add-on kit, and I thought that was just kind of cute. I liked the little saying kind of poking up out of there, so I put that in there. Our clip toppers, we had a ton of different die cuts from some of the add-ons and some of the other kits, and I pulled all of the gold ones out. So there's a gold flamingo and the pine trees and the pineapples, and I just kind of layered those in there. I thought they were cute. And then I took our die cuts from the main planner kit, the little flamingos, and put those in there as well. And this stuff, I'm never afraid to I take a little glue dot and glue these down. I'm never afraid to kind of do that. It comes off fine. I don't ever have an issue with it. And then I tucked in my tab stickers and some of my extra tabs that I've not used. I put those in there. And then our little clip toppers. This was a clip that I had made previously from another kit's puffy stickers. So I had that in there, and of course we have our little Fred flamingo. And then this flamingo clip was from the planner add-on. I just kind of tucked him on the top. So I'm just going to kind of go through and show you what I did. I always grab 2 sets of the A5 pages just because I like to cut them up. I like to sometimes use them for other note-taking things. And I also like to have the 2 tabs. So I have one that has the June label and it has my calendar on it, but then I use one as an actual divider for the beginning of that month. So I put the little daily to-do on there, and I covered this side with one of the papers from the main planner kit, added just a couple die cuts on there, and I thought that turned out as a nice little spread next to the tab page. And then on the tab page, I did something a little different. We had this Let's Go vellum title in the main scrapbooking kit. And because it's vellum, you can see through it. And this page, I wanted to add something to it. And I thought this would be fun because I can still see my calendar behind there, but it just kind of adds a little texture and a little layer. I thought that was kind of neat. And then for my weekly pages, I only set up the one so far. I haven't gone forward yet with the rest of them. So I've just got the one set up, planning for this coming week. And what I do, I like to use the day and date stickers. So I use those on there. And then a lot of times for this, what I'll do is I'll write out the girls that work for me up at the shop. I like to have their schedule written in here. So I'll write their schedule out on there. So that's what I use those pages for. And of course the back is always good for note taking as well. Then I did something a little different, and I think this might be really kind of fun. I also, invariably, we end up with misprints, or we end up with sometimes there's just errors. You can't never not have everything 100% perfect. So I'll grab, if we have any that are seconds, I'll grab them too sometimes, even if they're the other size. And so I got these because they were mispunched. So I grabbed these and I thought, well, what can I do with some of these? And they're always great for note, slipping in little extra notes or whatnot. But what I thought I would do is use, because the colors are so vibrant and so pretty, I thought these would be fun for meal planning. So what I did is I took the note card from the planner add-on, added one of our tabs, and then one of our tab stickers actually has meal plan on it. So I added that, and I re-punched these, and then I stamped on here dinner with the stamp set that was from, I don't have it handy here, I apologize, but this was the stamp set from last month. And so I stamped dinner, and what I'll do is I'll just go through and do my meal planning. And then I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll attach a little notepad sheet here, and this can be my grocery list. So I've got a handy little grocery list, and then I've got my meal planning. So I have like a little mini section in the middle of everything of where I can put my meal planning. So I thought that was a fun way. If you get more than one size of pages and you don't use all of them, I thought it was a good way to kind of mix and match. And I love the kind of the different size layers I'll put in a kit or in your planner. I like that. So that was kind of something new that I did that I thought was fun. And here's my upcoming week on 2 pages. So I did a little bit of stamping with the stamp set that was in the main kit. The main scrapbooking kit, let me rephrase that. And then I used the stickers from the planner add-on, one of the planner add-on sticker sets. I used those. And then I used, put that back in there. And then I used the alpha sticker sheet from the Day in the Life kit. So I kind of used a lot of stuff from a lot of the different kits and put them all together. But that's the fun of it, is I do try to, as best that is possible, coordinate all of the kits, whether it's scrapbooking or planner, so you can intermingle everything. It just makes it nice and easy. If you like to scrapbook and plan, then everything goes together and you can kind of pull from everything. It makes it a lot of fun and a lot easier. So I used the alpha stickers from the Day in the Life kit. And I always, if you've taken my memory planner class, then you know how much I love alpha stickers. So I put those in there. A few other little stickers, not a whole lot of adornment. One of the things that I wanted to mention that I thought was kind of neat, the stamp set, if I put that there, here, this will work. If I put it on here, you can kind of see. This is the stamp set from the Day in the Life kit. And what I liked was this kind of swoosh or watercolor stamp. And I thought it would be fun to stamp it on each side, kind of going off the page. And a simple way to do this is just use a piece of scrap paper, and when you stamp it, just stamp running off your page. And what I thought I would use those for is to kind of highlight the main thing for that day. Or, I mean, even if you just did this as a decorative element, it's pretty on the page. But I just thought I would use that to kind of highlight, like, each day the main focus or the main thing that I wanted to accomplish that day. So that's what I used that for. And there's also a little one which is really cute, which I think I'll probably be using quite a bit too. It's this other little paint swoosh right there. I thought that was cute. There's also a washi tape one on there. So that is my week coming up. I haven't written anything in there yet, but I will get to that. And then we'll skip through. And then here is, and I'm going to show you how I made these at the end, but I'll show you what I did right now. It's a cute little shaker card. And I used, again, you know, there's so much you can do. Think of these pages are their art, and some of them, just try to think of them sometimes as patterned paper. And so never feel like if you don't use all of your pages, those pages that you don't use, cut them up. I mean, this one, if you're not a week on 2-page type person, if you use your dailies more, you could totally cut those pineapples out and use them. They're so cute. You could cut the saying out. So lots of different things that you can do if you think of those pages as patterned paper, as art. So what I did is I took the weekly page and I cut it, and I created a bookmark out of that, and I filled it with, one of the die cuts had all of these little pineapples. I don't know if you can get that focus. And what I did is I cut them all out separately, and I put those in with some sequins in there, and then I put the little flamingo, and I put him on the outside because I just thought that was kind of pretty. It kind of gives it a layer. And then on the other side, I used some of our patterned paper. This is our custom Cocoa Daisy pattern paper from the main scrapbooking kit. And then again, some more die cuts. I thought that was really fun. So that's my extra little bookmark. That this page is usually my kind of just stuff I need to do for that month. So that's what I like to write on that page that's right before the monthly spread. And I always like to have a bookmark there because I tend to reference that quite a bit. And then here is my monthly spread, and I had some glitter tape, so I used that along with a couple of the stickers and kind of turned those into arrows. So not a lot on here because I anticipate having to fill it up with even more writing because it's going to be another kind of busy month. So there's just a few little die cuts, a few stickers, a little bit of stamping. And then there's a couple of things that I wanted to mention in particular. In May, and I'll show you this in May as well, usually what I would do is I would use alpha stickers to designate, like, if you're going on vacation or shipping. But the last couple months have been so busy, I didn't want to take up the space in those squares. I still wanted to kind of designate that as a block with the lettering, but I didn't want to use alpha stickers because you can't really write on them. So what I've been doing the last 2 months is stamping my title or my designation for those few days. And then what's fun is you can write over that stamping because it's not going to hinder your dates that you have to fill in. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of a nice way to layer. If you know you've got a lot coming up that month, then you can do that. The stamp set that was in the planner add-on this last month is really fun, and I wanted to show because some of you might not understand what these little shapes are for. And what they are is they're designed to be layered and stamped into the alphas. So as you can see what I did here, So I just added a few in the pink. So I stamped it in the blue and then I added a few in the pink. And they have these cute little patterns in them, and you can mix and match where you put those. So for instance, here's another one that I did where I stamped June in black, and then in blue ink, I stamped a few spots on the letters. So this one stamp, you can see I did in the middle of the H, also fits in the E. So Arlie did just a fantastic job of making those all mix and match in the letters. So it's really fun to layer them. Adds a little bit of color too. So that was fun. So that's why those are stamped and they're not alpha stickers this month. The other thing that I did when we designed the sticky note pads, I liked just a simple shape for this month, because to me, I mean, part of me was like, oh, it would be so cool to do a flamingo shape sticky pad, but I want it to be functional. So you would have to have a huge sticky note if it were a flamingo to be able to have decent space to write. So my thought behind the sticky notes is that they're pretty, that they're unique, but that they also function. I mean, they have to function. And so one of the things that we added to this is that instead of putting the sticky at the top of the sticky note, it's right underneath this solid part. So what that makes is it creates a tab. So when you adhere that, there's no sticky at this top, and it can stick out of your page either on the top, you can have a bunch of them down the side, so it creates a tab that you can use. So I love that. That's so functional, that little extra bit that we did with those. It turned out really neat. So that is the month at a glance. And then for my planning ahead page, I don't have a whole lot on here. Again, just a couple stickers. And then for my daily bookmark, I created this with, this is one of the dashboards. This is the A5 size dashboard. And then this is pattern paper from our main scrapbooking kit. And then this was also in this cork, etched cork piece was also in the main scrapbooking kit. So again, I pulled those items together. This was one of the tab stickers. I just cut it down a little bit to fit and use it in my bookmark. But I thought that the little birds were so cute. So that is my little daily bookmark. And I have not started in my dailies yet. I used the stamp set from the Day in the Life kit because it has I thought the nice bold font worked well with this month's kit. And then I'm just going to show you how I set up my other dashboards. Basically, it's super easy. This month we had 6 pattern papers, or 3 patterns, let me say that one more time. Let me get it right. Okay, we had 3 double-sided pattern papers in the main planner kit. So you get 6 sheets of paper. And you get, in the dashboard set, you get 6 designs in the A5 size and the personal size. And so it was super easy this month for me to make dashboards. It was simply, you know, take a dashboard, a piece of pattern paper on the back, and you're done. It was wonderful. So I'm really thrilled that we went up to 6 sheets of the paper. So here's one of the dashboards. I love this one. And then one of the pattern sheets. And then I always take the smaller dashboards, the personal size, and I use them as little subdividers. And there's 6, so I just back to back them, corner around them, add some tabs at the top. Super, super easy. So that's always my system. I mean, you'll see this in every one of my, every month. I always do this. This is the system that works for me for those. And again, another dashboard, nice and bold and bright. One of the papers. And here you can see that one. This is the one that I had cut down also for my bookmark. And this, I love this. This is actually a close-up of the pineapple pattern. So the skin on a pineapple, if you enlarge that, that's what you get. So that was really fun. And then this pretty one with the blue, and then that pattern paper, and the nice graphic. We always try to have one that's a little more graphic. And then all of the pineapples, and another dashboard, and I think this is my favorite pattern paper. I just love this one, it's so pretty. And then our little memo notepad. And then the pen, I apologize, I bought this a long time ago. I have no idea where it came from, I'm sorry, but it is cute, isn't it? And then a couple of the things that I did with clips. I made this one just out of fabric, just loop it through, and that's just a single piece of fabric. You just double it and slide it through and then pull through. So that's, but this one, I've been hoarding this ribbon for a long time because I just think it's so pretty. So what I did, I wanted to just kind of have a little more than just the single. So what I did is I took a bunch of it and I cut a bunch of pieces, all the same length, they're about the same length. And I fed it through, folded it in half, and then I took another piece and just tied it around it. So it kind of makes it like a little tassel. It's real full and pretty. So I loved that one. And then of course we had our clip toppers. And that was really about it. There's a couple extra ones that I had in my stash. There was this guy that I ordered, and these I had in my stash. I really didn't have to add a whole lot more because the kit had the main planner kit had the clip toppers, and it had the felt flamingo. So between that and a few ribbon ones, I didn't really have to make a whole lot of them. So that is just kind of a flip through of my June planner. And then a couple of things that I wanted to show you that are kind of fun that I'm gonna try is, I don't normally use a traveler's notebook, but I thought this would be fun to throw in my purse, so I'm gonna try it this month. And so I just thought I'd give you a little peek at, because it's not my normal venue, so I'm new to setting it up. So I did do a couple little things. The little charm was from the main planner kit, so I put him on there. And this is the Webster's Pages Traveler's Notebook cover in the, I believe it's called Pretty Pink. So I thought that went really well. And I thought the pen went so perfect in here. The pen was included in the main planner kit. And I took a little bit of a piece of our paper from our main scrapbooking kit because it was just so gorgeous. I cut a little piece of that and put it in there. And then a few little chipboard pieces. And what I did is when I punched them out of here, I left the backing on so that they wouldn't stick. And I just kind of tucked those in. I tucked in a little bow, another one of our flamingos. There's a tag in there. And I haven't decorated that, but I probably will. And a few other extra stickers that I had. And then I wanted to mention too, this month is the first month that we have on the day and date stickers. We revised these a little bit, and we included an arrow sticker. So there's an arrow sticker on this day and date set that fits perfectly the embossed arrow that is on your traveler's notebook on the standard size. So I'm going to try and get that in the focused in a little bit. But see, isn't that cute? So every month there will be an arrow. If you want to use it to decorate the front, it will fit that perfectly. So, and I've just got a couple clips in here, a few little puffy stickers. So I think this is going to be fun. So this I'm just going to kind of use to throw in my purse. And then I had to share this. I found this when I was on vacation last month, and how adorable is that? I got this at Paper Source, and it's by Rifle Paper Company. But how cute is that with the flamingos? I had to get that. So I found that. And then another thing that I'm pretty excited about is I got my first Foxy Fix. And I have my new initials on there, even though it's not official yet, but so, and then I'm not sure what, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet in here. I love that I was able to fit a larger little notebook along with our traveler's notebooks, and then I've got some blank ones in here. I'm tempted to start doing some little actual traveler's notebooks where I, add memories and pictures and, just kind of stamp and almost use it like a little memory keeping book. So I'm thinking that that's what I might do with that. So I'm pretty excited about that too. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my May planner real quick. And I'm going to take out my shaker card and then we'll show you that too. So take that out and then I'm going to show you my May planner. So my May planner, this is the Webster's Pages, and I think it's called the Aqua. So this is the one that I used, and then again you can see where I did the tags, and this was a piece of the pattern paper. This was cut from one of the dashboards. And then this tag was actually made, I cut from, again, one of the weekly stripe pages and just added a few bits and pieces of die cuts. I had that pretty little butterfly. The card in here was from the planner add-on. Let me get that a little bit better in frame. And then again, I added just a couple of little die cuts. This was one from the ephemera pack. I think that was from the main scrapbooking kit, and then this was one of them from the main planner kit. And again, I just use a little glue dot. That doesn't scare me at all to add that stuff right on it. Comes off fine. And then I've got a transparency, the little dotted one, and then I loved the lushness of all of this greenery. It's so pretty. So I covered this side up with part of a dashboard, and then the regular tab, and then I thought it was just kind of pretty. We had a transparency that was part of the planner add-on, and I loved this effect too when it flipped over. And someone a while back, and I'm going to share the hint again, I think I did a couple months ago, but it's a great tip. Sometimes these transparencies are hard to punch through. So what you can do is you put down a row of washi tape and then punch all the way through all of that. And that just, for some reason, helps your punch not get caught on the transparency. So that's why there's washi tape on there. And it's just kind of decorative. It's kind of pretty. So this was my weekly page. Just all of my kind of planned out for the month, for the week. I kind of used it that way, and then a few little stamps. These little birds are from an old set from Technique Tuesday. I don't know if that's still available, but that's what those are from. And then just kind of stamped the bold. This was the set from last month. I want to say last month. This was the stamp set from May. And so I put that on there, and then my vacation started, and I liked just kind of adding a little bit of decoration. I didn't do a whole lot. And then obviously the month got insanely crazy and there's nothing else in there. And then here is my weekly pages. And I had these all done. They're beautiful, but again, just it's been really busy. And what I did, I wanted to show some of the neat things. This was from a stamp set from, I think it was Cocoa Daisy stamp set from last year, and my all-time favorite little bird stamp set that we did. And so just kind of some stamping on here, a few alpha stickers, the stickers from the planner add-on sheet, and then a die cut. But I think it turned out really And I had added in a little sticky note because I was planning on using that for something, but it also looks pretty on there. So, and that is as far as I got on my weekly. So you can get an idea of how crazy the month has been. And then here is my shaker card for May. And then this one, what I did, I again cut out the weekly stripe page. I glued on a couple of the little moth die cuts. And then I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually teeny tiny little beads in there too. So I thought that was kind of fun. I had those in my stash along with the sequins. So I threw the little beads in there too. I thought that was really pretty. And then the other side of that, I just left the paper. I didn't add another sheet of paper, you know, on the back of this. I liked just the way it landed. So I only have the one sheet of planner paper in there. And then on the outside, just because I like the fact that it gives it a little dimension, and you can even fold the little butterfly wings up, but I put a little butterfly die cut and then just a little phrase sticker. So, and the super cute, and I'm kind of addicted to making these now, I think. And my little, let me get that in there. This one's kind of bulging because I haven't moved all of my stuff over into, you know, like all of my stuff that I transfer each month. I haven't moved that over, so it's a little thick. And this is the page that I always just kind of do my, what I want to do that month, what I need to do that month. Just some letter stickers and a little phrase sticker. I put some of the die cuts on there. I thought that was pretty. And then here's my monthly overview. And again, I mentioned where I stamped with letter stamps or alpha stamps, and I did it in a light color, so again, you can write right over top of them. And I liked that effect. I did the same thing with the Go on an Adventure that I used on here as well. I stamped it in a not in black, but in a color so that you can write right over it. And I like how that worked out. I stamped my little bird, and then these, a few stickers, and you know, not a whole lot, a few little puffy stickers. So that turned out really cute. But I love that the pages are done in such a way where you can add as much as you want, but you don't feel like you have to add a lot to fill them in. Just a little bit of stamping and a few stickers, and I think it makes it a beautiful page spread. And then on this side, what I did, I took the butterflies from the April sticky notepad, and I put them on here with dates. I had a lot of them that were for June, and rather than try to fit them all in here, I just put them on sticky notes and stuck them on there, and I thought that turned out really cute. And then we had if you follow some of the design team, and they had a challenge to create a pocket page. And so I made this cute little pocket page to just kind of keep my stickers in right next to my daily pages, so I wasn't flipping back and forth every day. They were right there. And one of the things I did, I took one of the die cuts and made it into a little clip topper. And then my little pocket here is basically just one sheet of the pattern paper and then the other side of the pattern paper. And I cut it at an angle. And I put the washi tape along the edge like that, because that way if you do put, where did my clip go? If you do put a clip on there, it's just a little more durable. It's not going to mar that paper as much. And then on the other side, then it's the same thing, just going the opposite way. And I just stitched around it. So it's super easy to do with a sewing machine. You can just stitch through it. You could always glue that edge. You could washi tape that edge. There's a number of different things you could do. I like the stitching. It makes it extra sturdy. But so now I have this cute little pocket page that I can put in here and have my stickers handy. And then I also included and this is actually a good thing to remember. When you measure for your pocket page and you know what you're going to put in it, so if you're going to put in it the stickers, make sure that you make it wider than the stickers to allow room for the holes. Because the first one I made, it didn't do that. I put stickers in and I went, oh gee, covers up the holes. That's not good. So This one I made sure I made a little bit bigger so that I had room for the holes and the stickers were pushed over. So, and then this side is one of the note cards and a few extra, I put in a few extra my little sticky notes, and then I thought that note card was so pretty, and that's from the planner add-on, so I put that in there. So that's my little pocket. And my bookmark for the month, I cut down one of the dashboards again, and then I added some of the die cuts on top just to give it a little dimension. And then on the other side, I cut out, so it's just pattern paper on the other side, and I cut this Life Unscripted out of a journaling card from the Day in the Life kit. And then I just added a couple die cuts. So you have the butterfly and you have the leaf. And again, what I like about adding those layers is you can even kind of, you know, when you've got your book open, you can put the wings up, and I think it's just so pretty. One of the things I wanted to share with you about daily pages is how I decorate them. I don't add a whole lot. I need a lot of room for like all of this stuff that I have to do. But I tend to have the same thing that I do on every page, and it's kind of, I just thought I'd share what I do. I always put a strip of washi tape right here, and it just adds a little bit of pattern, and it's just kind of fun, and every day I do a different one. Obviously not 30 of them, but I just kind of switch it up, and then every day do a little bit of a different strip of washi tape there. And then I'll add a couple die cuts, or I will add a little sticker. I might put a little sticker down here, but that's really about it. I may, with a piece of washi, attach a notepad sheet with, you know, grocery list or shopping list or something over here. But that's about all the decoration that I really do on my daily pages. If I have some extra time, what I might do at night is sit down and go ahead and maybe stamp just a little bit of something on each one if I want to do that. If I'm just kind of feeling the need to do have a little creative outlet, then I might stamp on my pages a little bit. But most of the time it's a strip of washi and then a few little die cuts. And again, as I mentioned before, if you might run out of die cuts if you use them to decorate other pages, you can always use punches. Punches are a great way to, you know, punch out more butterflies or hearts or whatever you want, leaves, and add those into your pages. So I'm going to flip through a minute and just show you the dashboards. And this month we hadn't started the 6 sheets of planner paper, so you're going to see some pattern paper from the main scrapbooking kit on the backs of a number of these. So dashboard, pattern paper, you can always decorate the backs of these too. Journaling cards from the Day in the Life kit work great for that. And you can see, again, here's my system where I use the personal size dashboards and just sandwich those together to make my little dividers. They're so pretty. And then another dashboard. This was an old sheet of pattern paper, but I liked that green pattern. This was one of the planner pattern papers. And then I always have a few of these sheets that just has kind of, you know, things that I'm trying to remember to do. I'll put that in my personal notes section. And then this is ancient pattern paper. I really dug back for that one. I think that is old basic gray. And I couldn't even tell you the year, but that is really old basic gray. And then another pattern paper. So that is, and again, I made another little ribbon topper. These were, we sold a set of these flare, and I turned them all into little clip toppers. Just super easy with the, I think it's the E6000 glue and a little glitter circle that I punched out of glitter cardstock and a paper clip. So super easy. I made a number of those. Okay, so let's talk about our shaker cards. So I'm going to show you real quick how to make those. So you can use pattern paper, you can use a dashboard that you cut down, you can use, if there's a wrapping paper that you love, I mean there's so many, anything with a pattern that you like. Again, what I did is I used one of the stripe pages because I like to find ways to stretch my insert pages. And then all you do is you get a set of, a package of the, these are the 8.5 by 11 sheet protectors. And what I like to do is use the side that already has, I don't know if you can see that a little bit in the sun, that already has the seam and the holes punched. Because what I'll do is I'll end up cutting this part down and using this part that already has a seam. So it just kind of saves you a step. Obviously the piece that you cut off, you could use this side as, you could, so you'd have to come in a little bit, but then you would have to run a seam up both sides because you've got to leave room for that punching to go in the, because you cannot have your holes punched without a seam, otherwise those sequins will come out where you punch the holes. So you'd have to do a seam on both sides. But that's why I like to start with the one side because it already has the seam in it, so it just saves you a step. So what you'll do is you'll slide that in against there. So you slide it in, and then I use a fuse tool. And that's one of these. And this, you have to plug it in for a little while. It gets super, super hot. The idea is it's a dashed, it creates kind of like a dashed line, but it fuses the plastic pieces together where those little dashed lines hit. So I slide my piece in, and then I have a granite countertop. And you can use that, or if you have an extra piece of tile, you want something that's not going to leave a mark or burn, because like I said, this gets really hot. And then I just follow right up the edge of that, like that, and then stop, okay? Because you don't want to obviously go across the top because you're going to add the sequins. So then what I do is I go back in and I will cut that down. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. And so, you know, there's that other piece that you can use next time. But again, remember, you're going to need to leave that section for the hole punch. Okay. And then I will cut down. I will cut their hole punches off because we don't need those. And so here you are left with that, and we're going to punch those in a minute, but I want to cut this down to size. So we're going to cut this top part down. And you want to leave enough room at the top there to run your fuse tool to close it, because you're going to have to seal that. And you can use little die cuts, you can use sequins, you can use beads, anything that you want to put in there. You know, like this one, like I said, has the little beads. If you had wanted the little moths to float around, those you could have put in without adhering, or if you had little butterfly punches, you could add those. This one does not have the beads, but again, it has the little pineapple die cuts. There's lots of different things that you can add in these. But I always kind of go toward the sequins. Then what, I just have a scrap piece of paper, and you're gonna wanna, oh, let me mention, before you add your sequins, make sure that you've decided what you want on the back of your bookmark before you seal it up and you add your sequins. So you could just leave it, I mean, this is adorable just like this. And then once it's sealed on the outside, you could add some little phrase stickers or die cuts, Or you could, if you're worried about them getting caught on things, you can always encase them completely. Either way you want to do it. But so if there's anything more that you want to add, do that before you add the sequins. So then what I do is I just have a little scrap piece of paper that's a little smaller than the opening. And then what you do, I can do this without making a mess. You just kind of put that open, and then you've got that little scrap piece of paper, almost like a funnel, yours is how you're using it. And then slide them in. And then that keeps them also from going behind, because I've had that happen. So that's it. That's all you do. You add anything else that you want in there. Then you take your fuse tool and you will run that. Just use the edge of the paper as your guide, and you'll just run that up there like that and seal it off. And then those sequins or beads or die cuts or whatever you have in there are not going to go anywhere. And then what I do is I take one of my sheets of paper that has my hole punches, and I'll line it up in that space that's already there, and I'll just make a mark. And an ink pen works fine. I mean, you can use a black, like Sharpie, so it shows a little better. But it makes an indentation, which is enough to see. And then you just go through and try to make sure that you don't punch between those seams, because you don't want those sequins to get out. And then you just punch the holes. Super, super simple. Now, if you don't have a fuse tool, and then I add a little one of our tabs at the top with word stickers, or you can use the tab stickers that come in the main planner kit as well. So, and that's it. If you wanted to, you could even do sequins on each side. The only reason I would hesitate to do that is they can get bulky when they all kind of gather at the bottom. It can get a little bulky. So I don't know that I would do both sides, but if you don't have a whole lot else in your planner and you're not worried about bulk, go ahead. So you've punched that, but if you don't have a fuse tool, one of the things that you could do, you could totally try stitching. Hand stitching or machine stitching around it. You could use washi tape. Just make sure you add that little extra lip to punch through again, so you could seal it with washi, and then have the extra side beyond the washi, do like 2 pieces. So there's a couple of different things that you can do. You could also just use, I just had a thought that might work. You could also do where you would butt it up all the way if you didn't want to have to do too much seaming, and you could run washi on one side and this side, and then create little tabs that come out and adhere to your paper just with some, or adhere into your planner, just little tabs that stick out from the side that you attach on one side. So there's a number of different ways that you could get around not having a fuse tool. I like the look of it. I don't think they're very expensive. So if shaker cards are something that you enjoy making, or you'd like to even make a shaker divider, I would say invest in one, because they are a lot of fun to use. But there are some ways around it, and I'll give this I'll give this some more thought and see once if I can make some demos of some other ways on how you can make them without using the fuse tool, because I want to be able to have people stretch their supplies without having to invest in other things. So let me see what else I can come up with, and we'll have that in a future one. We have sequins in the July planner kit, so I want to really play around with those. So I'll come up with some more stuff for y'all and share that, and see once what we can. I've got some ideas on making some little shaker clip toppers. So I got some fun stuff that we're gonna keep going with this. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I hope that you've enjoyed this, little different than we normally do, and I hope that you forgive me for not having May up and going before May started. But I didn't want to miss out on sharing some. It was such a beautiful kit. I didn't want to miss out on sharing some of the things that I created with it. And if you have any questions, let me know, and I will I will talk to you again in July. Thank you.